This is actually, I didn't realize it at the time, but this is in reference to an entire mechanic of Goblin Wars, where all of the various goblin tribes that you see scattered around caves, like around Skingrad, like, and I guess especially this area, each of the goblin layers is associated with a specific tribe, and there was going to be an entire Goblin War mechanic, which is just like on how they're describing, where you can take the head, like the totem, from one tribe and get the goblins to like war with each other. And there was a fascinating video essay I watched years ago. I'm actually going to try to see if I can find it again and post it here, or do the little doobly doo in the corner to link to it. But I guess it was never actually implemented into Oblivion, and pretty much this quest is like the extent of how far they got with the mechanic. Even though, like, goblin tribes over here near Skingrad will have like tribal factions within the code of the game. But yeah, okay. So this is a fun quest. Like I said earlier, um, Lucius was a monster hunter, so it's absolutely within character for me to follow through with this quest. And of course, Goblin, which the reason why I pronounce it like that is if you don't get the reference, you're not going to get the reference. But alright. So I need to. What does it want me to do? Uh, Retrieve the totem head from Timber Scar Cave, which is Timber Scar Hollow. But the thing with Lucius is being a monster hunter, and he doesn't want to do things peacefully. He would rather kill them all. Which is especially funny because he actually has goblin friends. It all depends on how much money he's getting paid. You know what? Um, I'm going to attempt to do the totem head version of this quest, and if it fucks up, if I gotta kill goblins, I'm killing goblins. Like right now. Oh damn, they have steel items already. Oh, fuck me, I'm over encumbered. Maybe I should sell some stuff. Um, Also, I keep forgetting to drop off these leather cuirasses. I think this is technically nighttime, so I might have to wait for things to open. Yeah.
See anything? What can I interest you in?
Am I haggling with you? Yeah.
That's more. That's it. That's a. That's a fair. If you. tell anyone.
Just gonna quickly run back to Dunbarrow Cove and drop some stuff off. Because if people are gonna start carrying steel weapons because I've hit that level cap, I'm gonna definitely need some more space. Because one thing that kind of bugs me about Oblivion, and even Skyrim had this to an extent, is that enemies level with you, and so does equipment and items and whatnot. Treasure. Um, I should probably just leave these repair hammers in here. Alright, I'm below 100. That's good. Also, while researching the alchemical reagents in Oblivion, I completely forgot that the Shivering Isles actually adds a whole bunch of new alchemical reagents. Because I haven't really done the Shivering Isles quest line. Like, I think I speed ran it once. Why, hello there.
Hi.
I totally wasn't just talking to myself.
No, no, of course not. Why would you?
Also, for legal reasons, I have to declare that I am streaming and recording right now.
Don't worry. I saw the notification that you were streaming. Yeah, I actually got done with my own little stream. Live on TikTok.
Oh, you did a Tic Tac stream?
I did a TikTok stream. I was doing a diamond painting.
Ooh, those are fun.
They are. It's even more fun when it's of your fictional husband.
Hold on, I have a 50-50 chance. Is it Wolverine?
It is. Who is your other guess?
I was gonna say Leonardo.
What? The turtle?
Hey, I've seen some videos.
If it was future Leo from Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie, then yes. God, I love that 40-year-old turtle.
Well, they're teenagers, clearly.
No. No. So the movie that came out based off of the show, in the beginning it shows what the future is like, which is completely run down and destroyed by the frame. That timeline takes place, like, what was it, 20 years in the future, because they're teens. And yeah, future Leo or the future turtles are like now in their 40s and stuff. They're old, basically. And yeah. And then they send Casey Jones Jr. back in time to when they were teenagers and when the Krang first crossed into the world. It's a lot easier to understand when you watch the movie.
Alright, I'll have to add it to the list.
Yes.
But yeah, my whole plan was is I wanted to get other people from the Plague Doc community and pretty much give me justification for why I joined the Plague Doc community, other than the fact that I bought a weird mask at Spirit Halloween one year.
Ah. Well, I don't know how much justification I'll be because uh, I discovered the plague doctors because I was unemployed at the time and I was spending my time scrolling through TikTok. And I had already started watching cosplayers and everything, and then plague doctors popped up. And I was like, wow, these people look cool. And then I bought my mask, put together a cosplay from my closet, and bam, because I wanted to fit in. I had already become buddies with some of the plague doctors. Someone's like, oh, you know what? Let me in on this good stuff.
Actually, one thing I wanted to ask you is you have a relatively like unique mask. And this is just because of being part of the community, you kind of tend to see like the same style over and over again amongst many content creators, but yours is the only person that has the mask that you have. So I was just wondering if
Which
there was a
mask I
story
have like
behind where you got it.
which one specifically?
Uh, well, I think both the Mareue and the pastel mask. And I don't know if you use a different mask for
Mm.
Entity or if the Mareue mask has light up features.
So yeah, the Maroon mask has a light up feature. I actually have two different Maroon masks. One of them, the LED part completely broke after using it for a year. And I was like, oh no, I need another one. So I bought another one, and now I use them only when I record Entity, destroy the light sooner than rather than later. Um, but literally, I was because I didn't have a card at the time, like a credit or debit card. So I was scrolling through Instagram with my mother and Instagram. I meant Amazon. I swear I'm smart. I was scrolling through Amazon with my mother because I had told her, "Hey, I have $20. I want to get a mask." And so she was helping me scroll, and it was like you're right. A lot of these plague doctor masks are pretty much the exact same thing, just in different fonts or sold by different sellers, et cetera, et cetera. And I wasn't liking how similar everything was. And so she kept scrolling, and then it appeared this rubber mask that had a red LED running through it, and it was relatively cheap. I could afford it, and it was pretty basic. It's meant for children. It is not an adult mask. It is a child's mask. I have a very small head, so it fit. But yeah, I ordered that. It came in. It's not any kind of leather or faux leather. It's a full rubber mask.
I just wanted to be unique. I wanted to stand out compared to all the other people who were cosplaying as plague doctors. Um, so I had that, and I thought, you know what? This mask has a light up feature. I'm going to use it. So my very first video to basically put my brand out in the world was to make a really creepy video using a creepy audio that was trending at the time. And so that's how Mareue's mask came to be. Pastel's mask kind of follows the same steps. I was scrolling through Amazon because um, for him, I had it in my head. I wanted a brightly colored plague doctor
And
because
once
all these
more for
plague
the
doctors are
audience,
all.
Dr. Pastel is in fact a dude.
Dr. Pastel.
Is a dude.
For some
Dr.
reason, your
Mareue is a
audience
woman.
has a
Dr.
tendency not to
Pastel.
understand this.
Yeah, it's because of the chesticles, man. I don't have a binder yet, so I can't mimic a guy's chest yet. But
What
yes, Dr. Pastel is a guy.
what you need to do is get yourself like a fancy open waistcoat, and then get the like plastic manly chest that I've seen a couple of like femme
Oh my
cosplayers wear.
Yes. Oh my gosh, my biggest fear wearing one of those is that I'm gonna get stuck. That's what I'm worried about. Because there's a couple of drag kings I follow that use that same silicone man
Hello again.
chest, and
Good.
every time
May I interest you in
there's
some of my fine
one of
wares?
them, every time they take off the silicone chest, they record it, so you just see them struggling for like a whole minute or so, and then they come out of it and they're like, oh, I can breathe. I'm like,
A
I don't
fine
want to get
transaction.
trapped in one of those. But going back on the topic of Pastel's mask, um, yeah, because nearly every single plague doctor I've seen has all been like
Come back
blacks,
and see me again.
grays. Some are just pure white to mimic the nurses and everything like that. And it's all gray and everything, but again, it's just the same thing in different fonts. And so I had the bright idea, no pun intended, to make a brightly colored doctor.
Which I
Because I
assume
think
is where the
that,
name
because
comes
I thought
from.
that is where the name came from. Dr. Pastel, to basically clue in on his pastel colors and everything like that. I also really like pastel colors,
See
so
anything?
it was bound to happen one way or
Let's do
another.
business.
And so I wanted a mask to kind of match it,
You've
but
made
of
it.
course, no one makes brightly colored
I've
plague
seen it.
doctor masks other than white. So I was stuck scrolling for hours and hours and hours trying like different keywords on Amazon and everything like
fun.
that until finally like scrolling through all the faux leather masks, I found one which was Dr. Pastel's, which was like the
No.
black under and then the
If you
white crisscrossing. The very special thing about his mask that I never actually show is that his mask glows in the dark. So if I put it under a very bright light and then turn off all the lights, it the mask glows, the white part glows. And I bought it knowing full well that I was never going to use that feature, but that's basically what sold me on the mask.
You could have a subplot where Pastel tries to get possessed by Entity, and then Entity goes, "How the fuck do you live like this?"
So That's a little spoiler. He does get possessed by entities.
Hey, I haven't been on TikTok in like a year, okay? Cut me some slack. I'm behind on everyone's stories.
That's fair. It's alright. I've already made videos cluing in that Pastel is Entity's next target, so it's fine. Yeah, that's how I ended up with both of their masks. Actually, all of the masks I own, all of them I bought off of Amazon because I don't have an Etsy to actually go and buy something off of Etsy or something like that. So yeah. Fun times.
Fun times all abound. But yeah, the reason why I bring this up and why I've been kind of doing this Let's Play for a week now is because I was just kind of fucking around and I was like, I want to know all the games that you can play as a Plague Doctor just because I want to collect them all. And I found
Right.
a mod on Nexus Mods for The Elder Scrolls Oblivion, which is it just adds a Plague Doctor suit in the game. And I was like, oh, I could
Oh,
roleplay as Lucius in Oblivion now. That's stupid as fuck. I want to do it.
nice.
So I literally haven't added any other mod to this game other than just this Plague Doctor outfit. That's it. I'm just playing through the game as I normally do.
You know what? Valid. I would probably do the same.
Also, I've just been kind of rambling about like my experience with the character and his origin and like not his lorigin, but like how I came up with him and his inception and all that.
I feel you. I feel you. Well, since you're not in, like, you haven't been keeping up with TikTok and everything, I should probably tell you, I have another doctor.
Oh, did you create a
um,
third character?
I did.
Technically fourth, I
She's
guess.
not technically fourth, yeah, but she's not canon to the main story. But she was an idea I had. Um, but so funnily enough, the way I created these characters, so I had Dr. Mareue planned uh, right when I was looking for the mask, and then since I had a light up mask that kind of birthed Entity, and that's how I created two of my characters. And then about a year into being on TikTok, I came up with the idea of Pastel. And it wasn't until another year later that he actually came to life. Immediately after Pastel came to life, I had the idea of a mushroom plague doctor,
Ooh, I like this.
or like a garden doctor. And I had two ideas for her name. It was the first idea was the scientific name for a spotted mushroom, which is Amanita muscaria. And then the other one was one I came up with, which sucks really bad. The other idea was Sandra Shroomer.
You could see what you. I went with the scientific name.
Well, Amanita is just a very iconic, like, mushroom associated name.
Mhm. That is true. That is true. But yeah, I had the idea for her for ages, and one day while scrolling through TikTok, I found this small business. Her name's Whimsy Winks on TikTok, and she created all these different designs and everything. One of them being the mushroom hood I use for Muscaria, and so I thought it was so cool. And I went on and ordered one. And instead of going with the usual red for, a red spotted mushroom, I wanted to be fancy. I wanted to pick my favorite color. So I chose blue. And the mushroom hood had an option for a detachable lower jaw, kind of like a piranha plant from Mario. And so I was like, oh my gosh, that'd be so cool. And so I got all of that. And I was like, okay, this is already going to make the cosplay super hot. I don't want to like ruin myself with a full face mask. So I went with a half. So my eyes are completely visible, and I've got the lower part of the plague doctor beak, basically. And I thought I would take a little inspiration from Venus flytraps, because in order to attract their prey, they kind of sprout out a flower. And so I was like, oh, that sounds really cool. So I took the beak and I decorated it with these push pin butterflies to make it seem like she's friendly. But the mushroom hood, not like, again, it's basically a piranha plant. It's got the sharp teeth. It's got like the lower jaw and everything like that. And of course, her whole getup is a like something a gardener would wear: a light t-shirt, um, overalls, boots, etc., etc. And so, but putting all of this together, uh, I I managed to actually have her official debut literally right now. I just started
Oh, is that
uploading
the
her
stream that
first
you just
her
did?
first video. No, the live the words. Repeat what you just said, please.
I said, was that the stream that you had just? Oh, well, I guess they're called lives on TikTok.
Live. No, the lives were just the the diamond painting. So yeah, she's not canon to the main story, but I thought she'd be a really cool character, basically a badass. I needed a badass character who was going to be the extremely sassy one who's gonna take no shit from no one.
So your self-insert character is what you're saying.
Hey, listen, man, I gotta get inspiration from somewhere. Because Dr. Mareue, she has more of a heart. She's more of a gentle soul. Pastel, he's the goofy one. He has no idea what's going on. ADHD personified. And then Muscaria is basically no heart, no soul. Get out of get out of her way. She's a little crazy too.
Just a little. I mean, you'd have
Just
to
a
be
little.
for a mushroom person.
Yeah, yeah.